Hello, my friends. Welcome to a brand new episode of Soul Sunday or Soul Monday, depending on where you are in the world, if you're one of our Australian friends. Today's episode is deep. Today's episode is important. If you've never watched one of these videos, now is the time to do it. This video today can change your life. It's hyperboil. People say that shit all the time. This is the truth. You are being fooled by the illusion of what your life should look like, and you don't even know it. You're being manipulated. Your perceptions are being manipulated because there's definitely this illusion of what our lives should look like, whether it's advertising, whether it's your Instagram or your Facebook feed. It's this illusion that our life should be perfect. Every single day, we are exposed to a perpetual illusion of what we think life should look like that is portrayed to us through advertising, Instagram feeds, status updates, and every other piece of media that we consume. Today, on Soul Sunday, we're going to be talking about this illusion and what you need to do to break free. Watch this carefully, and I promise you, it will change your life. Welcome to Soul Sunday. So the question we have to ask today is why your life is just an illusion. Do you know why? Because I am going to tell you. First, we're going to talk about, like I said, all of the advertising that's pushed on us every single day. Think about what you see on social media. Perfect portraits, selfies with beautiful scenic backdrops, somebody sitting on the hood of their Lamborghini, beaches in the background, magazine covers where people are dressed to the nines, gadgets, gear, gizmos, and luxury goods, daily advertisements that litter our social feeds with something we think we want, but we don't have. All of these layers upon layers are social programming. You don't even know that it's happening. Not only that we all contribute, we all participate, and we all add to the programming, but this illusion creates a perpetual state of dissatisfaction that keeps us buying shit we don't need to impress people we don't like. Our default is to feed a voracious and insatiable appetite for more. Buy more, eat more, download more, acquire more. The illusion is an imagined reality. It's a social construct. But with enough consumption, it becomes quite easy for us to confuse this illusion with objective reality. When we envy a life that someone else has thoroughly curated, edited, and uploaded, we've bought into the illusion of what we think our lives should look like, and we overlook what we're experiencing because it's a filtered reality. The illusion of what your life should look like is the ultimate marketing tool, and it is a form of propaganda. If you refuse to question it, you will do it at your own peril because it will destroy everything around you. Have you ever heard the saying, the American dream is dead? A few months ago, I was in the doctor's office and I was reading magazine. Now listen, I never read newspapers. I don't watch the news anymore. I get my news as needed, but everything that's negative, that is what is being pushed by media. They say, if it bleeds, it leads. The gory story is always first. When do you hear good things on the news? It's all good versus bad, Republican versus Democrat, on and on and on and on. The American dream is not dead. It's just being drastically reinvented. A couple of years ago, I read a book. If you get the chance to read this, it's called The New Better Off by Courtney Martin. This book is one of the most thought-provoking and meaningful books I've read. And it's a message that needs to spread. It's truly soulful exploration of living a life of meaning and purpose and fulfillment. Now, for decades, we as a society have valued the notions of security and safety. A good life meant a good job with a steady paycheck. But when an entire generation watches the one that came before them lose their retirement funds, get fired by the corporate behemoths they work for, it's not surprising they do not place much value on security. Now, some have called millennials an entitled generation. But what's happening is not just entitlement, it's a significant cultural value shift. Meaning and significance of work and life have become a higher priority than safety and security. There's so much more to all of us than can possibly be expressed through bullet points or in a job description or a job title. And for work to be truly fulfilling, that expression cannot be stifled. Look, one of the things we need to do, we have an education system that needs some serious reform. When a college that has been around for 100 years has to close, you have to begin to question whether the system at large is working. And there's little incentive to change it because the people within the system benefit from the current structure. Now listen, right now it's a one-size-fits-all solution. We would never sell everyone the same size shoes and expect them to walk. But we seem to have no issues doing it with education and expecting them to thrive. Elite students confidently climb until they reach a level of competition sufficiently intense to beat their dreams out of them. Higher education is the place where people who had big plans in high school get stuck in fierce rivalries with equally smart peers over conventional careers like management consulting or investment banking. For the privilege of being turned into conformists, students and their families pay hundreds of thousands of dollars that you end up owing for the rest of your life in skyrocketing tuition that continues to outpace inflation. Why are we doing this to ourselves? We throw on words like creativity, innovation, and forward thinking, and yet we don't have an education system that is actually capable of producing that. Usually, people or ideas that come out of those things come out of them in spite of all that programming, not because of it. There's a lot of economic theory that's stagnating or lukewarm, that's talking about the economy because of the student debt. It's a basis of this because the students are hamstrung. They are handcuffed. They are imprisoned in college debt. If people are going to have 5 jobs at the same time, the way we are currently educating them is preparing them for a future that does not exist. Something has to change. There's only so long that student loan vendors can keep lending out money that people are unable to pay back because they don't have jobs until the roof caves in. Maybe it's time for us to stop stealing dreams, stealing others' dreams, stealing our own dreams from us. If you ask someone, ask a kid. I asked someone, a little girl once, where she lived. She said, I don't know. Now, when I asked her how she got home, she said there's a map on the phone. Now, between my conversations with all different people, the amount of change we're going to experience in the next 10 years will likely be greater than the change most of us have seen in the entirety of our lives. In the next 10 years, the change will be greater than we have experienced up until now. Self-driving cars, drone delivery, and AI are in so many ways just the tip of the iceberg. You're going to be amazed at some of the amazing changes that are coming. That's why it makes no sense to fear change, to hide from it. Embrace it. So where does this all leave us? Well, the pessimist would look at it and see that the world is going to hell in a handbag. The optimist would see abundance and a significant amount of opportunity for improving the state of humanity. The illusion of what your life should look like contains one gem. It's an illusion, which means it can be shaped and molded to your own liking, far beyond the imagined realities that we live in today. Now, one of the things that is so important and that everyone is doing in this illusion is we are chasing money. Chasing money. And to get ahead, to really get ahead and make positive change in our life, we have to stop. Your true intention comes from your internal compass, and your internal compass eventually is externalized, exposing your intent. Social conditioning has created a culture of consumption, which in turn creates an attachment to identification through materialistic trophies. Social conformity leads us to sameness, always chasing an ideal that keeps us engaged in this human race for acquisition. Wake up. This is not a race you can win. Success is a byproduct of a commitment to excellence and following your passion. If you are doing what you are doing only for the money, you will hate what you're doing because it will never bring you enough. It will never bring you peace. But if you love what you do, then chances are you do it well and you are proportionately rewarded. The other paradigm you need to shift if you're ever going to have any semblance of fulfillment is the perception that more is better. And I had this for 20 years of my life. When I make that first million, I'm going to be happy. But man, that 2 million is going to be even better. I was in this trap for years. And I'll tell you what, standing in the foyer of a big house in California that I bought and realizing I felt no better was a humbling experience. There is an extraordinary natural law that states whatever you give, you will receive back. The paradox here is that it comes back to intent. Simply giving to receive is not giving. This doesn't just apply to giving monetarily. It applies to time, effort, help, everything. We will not be remembered for what we take, but by what we give. We live in a world of abundance, but we're conditioned by the need to have and to hold, which fashions more gorgers than givers. So try giving more in everything you do. If it's worth doing, do it well or don't do it at all. You know, Albert Einstein said, strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. And that is so deep. It's so profound. It's scary to think that your life is just an illusion. But my friends, we are living, and if it's the Matrix, if it's a role, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what you believe because you're not experiencing reality. So my advice for you today is to remember that social media is creating peer pressure like we have never seen before, especially with our young people. If you have kids right now that are, that spend a lot of their life on Instagram and TikTok and those other things, start paying attention. Because I can still remember when Facebook was new, people talked with old friends, they shared family photos, and really that was it. Over the years, things started to change. And at some point, profile pictures, they became glamour shots. Vacation pictures became brags. And all our latest purchases became public service announcements. What we have for lunch, we're taking photos of it. We created our own caricatures, displaying only the traits that we want others to see. We edit ourselves. We're not our real selves. We are an avatar of us. We are an illusion. We show only the good, and conveniently we leave everything else out. I was guilty of the same thing. My career, 30 years on stages all over the world. I was addicted to substances. I drank way too much. I smoked. I gained too much weight. There's a lot of different things, but you never show those things. You never embrace those things. How are you supposed to fix those things when you hide them, when you deny them? So much social media is fake. The people are real, and that's the problem. Real people are watching other real people with their new cars, new homes, new clothes, new phones, mostly paid with fake money. They aren't seeing the car payment, the home mortgages, the credit card bills, the bankruptcies. They don't see that. I know the numbers, and I am confident in the fact that nearly all of your friends who you think have money on Facebook and Instagram don't. Most of them have way less than they should for retirement, and nearly all of them are buried in debt. And if that weren't bad enough, an overwhelming majority of them would be completely out of money within a couple months of losing their job. It's a great illusion, but unfortunately, it's become more contagious than ever. When we perceive everyone around us as more successful, we start to think we're inferior because we don't have all those things too. So we start compensating with foolish habits. We spend more than we should on a car too. We justify using credit cards and on and on and on. Next thing you know, we look like we're successful, and the next poor sap feels like they have to keep up with us. People are not seeing you the way you think they are anyway. Here's what I find so baffling about all of it. When we create this artificial version of our perfect self online, almost nobody is thinking what you think they're thinking about. To be perfectly honest, nobody really gives a shit what car you drive or what purse you have. Look, you're a woman and you see another woman with a beautiful Versace handbag. Do you think to yourself, wow, she looks amazing with that purse? Or do you think, wow, I would look so amazing with that purse? You're a man, you see another man driving a brand new Corvette. Do you think to yourself, wow, that guy looks like a boss in that vet? Or do you think, wow, I would look like a boss in that vet? I would wager money that almost everyone thinks the second. The latter. People aren't thinking about how good you look, they're thinking about how good they would look. They aren't impressed with your purchase, and they don't think it makes you look amazing. They just think it would make them look amazing. Now, you may very well make some people jealous, but the only reason they're jealous is because they think people are thinking you're amazing, which they aren't, and they want to be amazing too. Look, social media, all of it, it's mostly fake, but as long as you know that, you'll be fine. Here's the breakdown. Just remember this. Nothing on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or Twitter is ever what it seems. People literally take dozens and dozens of pictures until they nail the perfect angle and the perfect light and then filter that just in case. Hardly any of the people you think have money actually do. They likely have more debt than money and couldn't go more than a couple of months without it, like I said. All the perfect relationships are fake. They have fights with their partners too. Their kids aren't any more special than yours. It's just that they only post the awesome stuff. They probably aren't any happier than you either. Just because they're smiling in every single picture doesn't mean they're smiling in every single second of their real life. The point is, your life is great the way it is. Many people don't realize just how unreal their perception of their online friends are. We don't need to define our life goals based on somebody else's fake life. Just keep doing what you do. Follow your passion and keep doing what is best for you. Remember, if the grass is greener on the other side, it's probably AstroTurf. Man, this is so important, and I hope you listen to this, listen to it again. The information in this video can change everything for you. We are living in a reality that is just not real. We are being manipulated. Our perceptions are being manipulated, which is so scary, by media and governments. And, you know, we want all those things that we can't afford. We didn't even know we wanted it until we saw, you know, some beautiful person with them. Take stock of your life and you'll start to see it is an illusion and it will fall away. Just like anything that you drag into the light, the hold it has over you vanishes. So try that tomorrow. Take your Monday, clean slate, clean week. Get up in the morning, do your meditation, take a few moments, and just start, you know, don't jump on social media right away. I never get on for the first few hours of the day. I do my morning practices, I do my things. Very, very important. Don't jump on right away. Don't grab your phone. Appreciate what you have around you. Everything in your life will change. Now, if you have not joined our Facebook group, now's the time. We are just one family in this world. So in this group, we're building a community that empowers everyone. We want you to reach your full potential through each of us, respecting each other's dignity, our rights and responsibilities. This is a free group. All we're doing here is sharing knowledge. We're sharing videos. We are empowering each other. This is how we change the world. This is a movement. In the group, we encourage sharing, comments, and questions. As much as you want, the more the better. We will do our very best to participate, and we do a lot every single day. But this group is not about us. It's about all of you who join. We are focused on anything involving self-discovery in any way. There is a powerful driving force inside you that will make your vision a reality. Stop dreaming. Stop daydreaming. That's all it is until you involve your intention and start making it happen in your life. Make it a reality. Turn that dream into reality. Reignite your relationship with yourself and connect with your innate universal power. Because health and wealth and fulfillment and passion, those aren't lofty ideals that only some people can have. They are yours. They are your birthright. So in this group, we'll be educating, engaging. We empower our audience to expand their awareness, because the more you can understand yourself and the how and the why of your place in this world, the easier it is to generate sustainable change. We are here to help you close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. We love hearing where you're at, what's relevant for you right now, and what you're dealing with. So join our group, share yourself, and participate via the comments and the posts. You can find it at facebook.com/groups/students of self-empowerment. Fantastic group, absolutely free. Change your life. So join us, facebook.com/groups/students of self-empowerment. You can also go to our website, freelifetools.com, and there you will find everything, free resources. You'll find blog posts, videos, everything you need to help you on your journey towards a new you. That's what we're all about. So I want to thank you for joining me today for this episode of Soul Sunday. I will be back tomorrow with another edition of Life 101, and we're continuing on our conversation about manifestation. Do not listen to this, watch this, and write it off. Don't think it's some airy-fairy motivational speaker Tony Robbins bullshit. This is real. With this, I've earned millions of dollars. I have been in a fantastic relationship for years. I quit smoking. I quit drinking, became a vegetarian. You can change your life from the inside out when you know how to do it. So please take this information, roll it around inside your mind, and start implementing it in your life. Everything will change. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you very, very soon. And I close all of our shows the same way with a little advice from the late, great Larry Hagman. It goes like this. Don't worry. Be happy and feel good. See you tomorrow.